Club and 24 Studios at Leander Street, East Legon. Being the last day of April, what are you going to be reflecting on? How has April treated you throughout the whole of its month? Let me just put it that way. We're entering a new month tomorrow. Yes, of course, and tomorrow is going to be a holiday. Yes, it's Workers' Day. So most definitely people would be home, but we'll still be here to serve you nothing but the very best. Our mission is quite simple. We're here to amplify, inform, and inspire you with a fun, fearless, and fact-driven on-air experience. My name is Kojo Dasaber. We kick off with some inspiration. The hashtag is My Daily Dose of Vim, giving you an inspiring way to start your morning right. After that, getting straight into Coffee Daily. Coffee Daily is brought to you kind courtesy Carbo Coffee. Carbo Coffee stays there with you every single moment. And of course, we're recapping everything that has been trending for the past 24 hours, looking into a lot of things. And also, we'll give you some updates on what's happening with Arsenal. I just don't know. How would you just perform great with Real Madrid just to come and perform abyss? Like, why? What is wrong with Arsenal? Like, I don't get it. Anyway, talk much more about it later on the show. And we've got some entertainment updates too as well. For the conversation, we're discussing suit styling. Yes, today is Fashion Wednesday, so we give you the essential tips for you to look sharp on Fashion Wednesday with Diana Edinam Kumbey. She's definitely going to be passing through. And on the plug, we are going to host that gospel artist Nsromamusic right here on the show. Remember, you are part of this show, so join us online. The hashtag is hashtag the AM Club. Our handles are at MX24GH on every single platform. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is MX24GH. Yes, follow MX24GH on all the platforms, okay? And you can also follow MX24 on Ayoba too as well. Join the AM. Send us your Ayoba number. That's 0592292746. Of the AM shows, that's this show, featuring engaging conversations, thrilling live segments, and exclusive content you cannot afford. All right? You can also via our number 05033. Yes, 0550331511. 0550331511. Kindly send in your comments and your reaction thing that we cover right here on the show. If you're ready for a roller coaster ride, buckle up your seatbelts. Let's get into it. It's My Daily Dose of Vim. All right, so let's get into My Daily Dose of Vim this morning, and we're talking motivation, we're talking inspiration, and today we're settling on Ben Lionel Scott, born May 2nd, 1990, video editor and motivational videos on the internet and strives to inspire, motivate, and share information on improving one's life to become a better human being. Let's hear it from Ben Lionel Scott.
And there's something for 90 cents. Can I buy it with this dollar bill? Okay, all right. So if I go to the store and there's something for 85 cents and after tax, it ends up being 96 cents. Can I buy it with this dollar bill? Okay, all right. So what if I ball the dollar bill up? Think about it now. Like, I just balled the dollar bill up, like, so it can't be worth $1 now. It's probably worth like 95 cents, right? How much you think it's worth? $1. Listen, y'all gotta pay attention. I just balled it up, so clearly it's not worth $1 anymore. All right, so maybe, what if I step on it? What if I stomp it? I just stomped it. How much is it worth now? Maybe 65 cents, 68 cents? It's still worth $1? Okay, what if I ball it up, what if I stomp on it, and then I put it in the trash can, and it's in here with some trash, and it's around some beer, and some gum, and a bunch of other nasty stuff, and some guy off the street pulls the dollar out, unfolds it, how much is it worth now? Maybe 82 cents? And come on, at least 92 cents? It's okay, all right, so what if I ball it up, what if I step on it, what if I put it in trash, and then, watch this, I tear it in half. Think about it now, right? How much is it worth now? $1? I could tape it? Whoa. Shh. Wait. Wait a second. I just balled it up, I just stepped on it, I put it in trash, I pulled it out, then I tore it in half. And you mean to tell me I can pick the dollar up, I can wipe it off, and I can put some tape around it, and it's still worth $1? Then why, if this dollar doesn't lose its worth or its value, then why do you feel like you've lost your worth of value? Because many of you feel like you've been stepped on, you feel like you've been pushed aside, you feel like you've been abandoned, you feel like you've been talked about, you feel like you've been abused, like someone took from you, someone hurt you, somebody took advantage of you, and deep down inside your core, you feel like you've lost some of your value. And I am here to tell you today that this dollar still has worth and value, because there are some men years ago who put value over this life and said that no matter what happens to it, it can still be taped back together, it can still be wiped off. And I am here to tell you that you were created and you're born and you're here and you have life and you have purpose and you have value. And though you've gone through some hard times and though you've experienced some depression and you might be wanting to hurt yourself and you might want to give up, I am here to tell you you still got worth and value. And there is nothing that can happen that can take your worth and your value away. So what you gotta do now is you gotta pick yourself up. You gotta dust yourself off and you gotta keep moving.
All right, so there you have it. I mean, still worth $1, huh? Still worth $1. If you're going to tear it up, you can still tape it. If you're going to stamp on it, still worth $1. So why are you going to allow someone to say or disvalue you? If people push you away, if people are going to throw you under the bus, if people are going to say, hey, you are not worth it, they're going to insult you, they're going to say all nasty things to you, they're going to, push you aside, they're not going to pay attention to your value, you're still the same. At the end of the day, you are still the same. So why don't you just dust yourself up, pick yourself up, and move? That's what you're supposed to do. Because nobody's going to move for you. Even God says he helps those who help themselves. So he's not going to push you. He's just going to give you that insight. He's just going to give you that discerning spirit. That's why you need to be sharp. He's going to give you some instincts through the Holy Spirit. But hey, God is not going to come down from heaven and then move your hand. You need to move your hand. You need to move your leg. And that's where he comes in. So don't let anybody say you are not worth it, because you are. All right? Well, that's a wrap for our Daily Dose of Verma for this morning. We take a quick look at major happenings across the world next, getting straight into Coffee Daily. Coffee Daily is brought to you kind courtesy Carbell Coffee. But before that, let's get into some music. You know how we do it every single day right here on the AM Club. Welcome. Please do call a friend to tune in. I keep on saying this. Don't be selfish about it. Let's do it together.
AM Club, coming to you live from the MX24 studios, only on the streets, Accra, Ghana. I always say that, listen, that's Guy Blacko is not just an artist, he is an inspiration. Even older people still take inspiration from him. He is absolutely amazing. I cannot stop loving him. I adore that boy. Like, I mean, God. If I was that kind of a fan that would show up at any event, are doing it's now time for Coffee Daily with Cowboy Coffee. Now let's take a look at what's trending on X. Lots of things trending on X. But before we get into that, let's talk about something we all want, and that is success. Everybody wants it. Everybody dreams of it. We all aspire to succeed and make a mark in life. We push ourselves to excel, enduring challenges along the way just to be successful. Charlie, when work gets tough, and I bet it will, you need that extra boost to keep pushing forward. And on those days where you need somebody to be there for you, Cowboy Coffee will be by your side. And it's a rich creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that will aid kickstart your day. So whether you're working or just creating beautiful memories with friends and loved ones, choose Cowboy Coffee, okay? So no matter where you're at, as you chase after those goals, keep Cowboy Coffee close to stay motivated and going. Remember, Cowboy Coffee is with you every single moment. Now let's check what's trending on X. Jay.
What was your shade again?
You know, in recent times, we had one fan, like we know the brand, going around about how showed up for every event and paid for her flight tickets flying around the world. You know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Oh my God, you're not following the beef?
Beef between who?
Oh God.
Because I'm not the one cooking it, so.
Clearly.
And clearly I won't eat it, so.
Oh, good.
So.
Makes it easier so we can move on.
No. Now I'm interested. Now I'm interested. So who's that?
It's me. I can't use my platform. Can I talk about what? Move on.
It could be part of the trends. So.
And then when they come to go into the trends, let's see.
Who is that?
Okay, this is the deal. If we go through the trends and it's not there, I'll tell you.
How do I even know it's there or not?
I will tell you it's there.
No, I don't trust you. I
am a trustworthy person.
Today's a Wednesday. I wouldn't trust you.
So can you feel the Wednesday vibe?
No. No. No.
Okay. Move on.
No problem.
Yes.
That is how.
Strangely, one side of the beef just showed up.
Stoneboy says a break a day, the torture. Yes. Lydia Force, FIFA Mensa and Co. I stand by my post. The effects of Galamsey, no party colors. We will all suffer the consequences. That's exactly why my fight against it is not performative or selective. Please continue, but don't be disingenuous. What's happening with this? Okay, she did put a post that we need to continue to be very loud about hashtag Galamsey. It's super scary, and it seems people still don't get how it will affect all of us in the long run. This is our future. We are playing with hashtag Stop Galamsey. Okay, I cannot read this.
No, you have to continue from somewhere. Figure out where you want to start.
It's really how we've politicized the issue. Those who were quiet have found their voice, and the loudest are now playing defense. In the end, the suffering we will suffer will not be according to party colors. I really hate that we don't show the faces of the people who are the real culprits and financiers behind hashtag Galamsey. Show their faces and not the hungry people are. Show their faces and not the hungry people are the bottom whose lives are disposable to them.
Oh, okay, so he responded to her post.
I think, yes, he did respond.
Oh.
Until Lady my, until Lady Bacho, you shouldn't go say, you should be more have a conscience, speak on it. Exactly. We can't correct it away. We can't correct it. I don't know. It's forcing. It's forcing. Lydia forcing. Lydia forcing. until the batch you should be more have a conscience, speak on it.
Leader Forces, who was 23 September 2024. Now was 9:19, 9:14 p.m. Then you come to Galamsey, don't come in with party colors. And then Galamsey, no, they go to Kosovo. Leader Forces, Galamsey, no, go to Kosovo. Leader Forces, Galamsey, no, go to Kosovo. Leader Forces, Galamsey, no, they go to Kosovo.
Well, we do apologize for that. We certainly do apologize for that. What is it? Why? They feel she's not amplifying it enough now?
So they took up tweets of Leader Forces for the whole for the whole demo.
Yes.
That must be very serious for them.
Yes.
I guess the idea for bringing, which by the way I totally condemn, will be that because she was very vocal in the SR government, they're expecting the same energy.
Yeah.
But my question is, apart from Galamsey Ayebeka say, still Koso, or it's still ongoing, and we don't know whether we're going to win the fight anytime soon. All the things she talked about, this government is pretty new to all of these things. You see, I know that I am probably the one who said that 100 days, we want to see massive change in this country and its economy. But can we be a little bit more realistic with ourselves? Because even if we want leaders to start talking like she was in the SWA government, at least give her at least a year. Let's give the people who were speaking against the former government a year to see what they voted.
You think it's too early to be having this Galamsey conversation and the demonstrations? Is the demonstration too early for you?
The demonstration, I think, is a bit too early. But we've had this Galamsey conversation for a very long time. I'm saying this carefully because he has been organizing protests, some of which he didn't even take part in. But some of these demonstrations you saw were all fueled by Okateshi Fifa-Mensah. But he has not taken part, a lot in some of them. But if we are asking a new administration to take steps that will curb this situation or totally eradicate it, then we should give them time and solutions. Yes, when they were in opposition, they did say that in 1 week, Nanado could solve the whole Galamsey issue. So, which means that they had a 1 week plan. They know a 1 week plan. I agree. Sometimes when you're in opposition, and they all can agree to it. All politicians, if you study political science, you know some of these things are all part of the conversations and the propagandas that go around, right? But realistically, what's on the ground? I know you want to hold them to their words of 1 week pay, bit me out of a Galamsey issue, but what's the reality? But also, you don't also want to sit down and wait until the thing gets totally bad before you start a whole demonstration. So I'm thinking that this demonstration is really to remind them that you have work to do, right? There's something you promised that you were going to do. And we are relentless about making sure that it happens. So even though you're 4 months in government, we're going to remind you that there's something you said you were going to do in 1 week. Even though it's 4 months, you should actually put in the work to make it happen. That's, for me, in that sense, it's not bad. Because, government can be very relaxed once something is not loud. But when we're vocal about it, we've heard and seen a lot of results from some of these online and on-ground, demonstrations. We've seen results. So I'm hoping that this is to send a message to them that, listen, you did say that Galamsey was going to end in 1 week. Even though you have 4 months, we're giving you the entire year. We're giving you this time frame to make sure that this thing does not kill all of us, And so for me, it's not all in the bad. Even though yesterday I was a bit, somewhere I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not in the bad. It's even for their good, because you remember that that's one of the biggest issues you need to work on. Aside of the Boko fights and all the economic issues, this one is also very important.
Arsenal is trending. Partey trending. Ousmane Dembele, who got the only goal yesterday when Arsenal faced Paris Saint-Germain. Odegaard is trending. Mahama cares.
Yeah.
Yes. He says he is offering 6 months of his salary into the medical fund. That of the health minister too as well says he's offering 3 months of his salary too as well. But somebody also raised a very good point and said that the other governments too, people offered their salaries too as well, but Uncle Siaga into way a political show off and I say a real deal and at the end of so omo offense so a coin because baby I was a corner ye was a who a jumano be ye jumano.
So fun, yes, certain apps now. You usually have a secretariat taking care of it. So we believe that there's going to be something of the sort, and then we're going to hold them accountable. Because Bianca say, salary and but once you believe that we don't have enough money in the coffers of Ghana, we need to look for a place or how to generate these funds, and you've decided to put your money, then I guess we live with that.
All right, so there we have it. Ministry of Health, Ghana. The President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has officially launched the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, also known as Mahama Cares, a land initiative aimed at providing financial assistance to individuals living with chronic diseases across the country. Now, with regards to chronic diseases, we're hearing kidney failure, we're hearing heart failure, we're hearing, there was one again, forgotten. All right. So the fund seeks to cover the cost of care and medication for non-communicable diseases, NCDs not currently included under the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, thereby complementing it by supporting critical aspects of these conditions. Sean Riki says allied health professionals have been home for 6 years now, and various avenues and channels we took have failed. From petitions, demonstrations, etc. It is very unfair to members who have to pay exorbitant price for license only to stay home for another year. Radiant says hospitals are crying for staff while allied health graduates stay home since 2019. So this is, well, why are they? All right. I'm not yet being paid, but I pay 6 months of my salary to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund.
And so that should encourage all of us and encourage, the corporate institutions to. Society, a doctor on pension has given $1,000 to Ghana Medical Trust. And so that should encourage all of us and encourage, the corporate institutions to do even much better. But on that note, I also, as the initiator of this laudable program, would also have to give something. And so I've pledged half a year, 6 months of my salary to Mahama Cares. I'm not yet being paid. They say Accountant General is still doing something. But whenever Accountant General finishes, 6 months of whatever I'm entitled to will go into Mahama Cares.
And says 6 months of his salary would go into the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Kwame Atu says Accountant General gets power off. Abodia says funny scammer. Two lawyers says, you big said then cry, you know go big pass Accountant General. George Riafe says, how will they get the money if you've not been paid?
Oh.
Franz Mecca says, please take your salary, sir. UTD Ray says, Masa. Young Farmer says, I love you, Mahama. Easterman says, hashtag vote wisely indeed. Hey. Prof. Black says, Mahama is God sent. Akobed says, Ghanaians are blessed to have you, JM, as our president. Suleiku says, that's a kind gesture by the president. Kokora says, Mahama self isn't paid. Teacher, where you they complain. Isaac Arthur says, great. God bless you, Mr. President. Guna says, Mahama is the what? Is the whole Eyezu. Jeremiah Johnson says 10 years more for JDM. Edward Ring says Abain Papani. Ohene says talk no. And then Kojo Akafie says once upon a time in GH under Mahama. And then pulls out.
You want to have a left for that?
Say President justifies 10% salary cut and challenges others to do same. Some Mahama appointees secretly took back their 10% pay cut. That's coming in from the Auditor General.
Oh,
my motherland Ghana. Just got
to 6 months,
6 months later, forget it. That's why I said that I saw a lot of, raise concerns on socials yesterday when that came up. You would expect that, don't you? All right. Emirates is trending, Bucks is trending, Gorilla is trending. This Gorilla thing, it's still in sports. Eddie Nketiah is trending, Crab is trending, Rice is trending when it comes to sports, not the rice that you eat, but then
Is it player?
It's a player, yes. Chozad, Ateta, Bakola. So a lot of sports right here, and we'll later on get into that. But let's get into the Galamsey must. For today should be the last day, right?
Yeah.
But yesterday I kind of didn't hear any action.
Oh, I was.
Let me get to the latest. Okay. So Lydia Foster is still talking. As hard as it's been, I've held back from responding to those who insulted me during the anti-Galamsey protest. Politics aside, Galamsey must fall. I just wish the outrage wasn't so selective. This fight should be about principles, not sides. Okay. All right. Asu Mensah says stop Galamsey, hashtag Galamsey must fall. We have River and Cobra. Then, now.
Why?
I go back again. Then, beautiful, nice, serene. Water. Green. Debbie, water in green.
Green here?
Oh, and you said, I say blue, bista. By clear. But wait there. Brown. Okay. All right. This is a different circle altogether. But Joy News says the towing of excavators by unknown armed men this morning sparked huge controversy over who gave the order, with civil society organizations calling for an immediate sacking of the mayor and the Ashanti regional minister. Hashtag no to Galamsey. I'm sure this happened yesterday.
And so you see the low beds here, they were used to cut 5 of the excavators. After we learned of it, we started pulling strings and talking to various authorities, asking why. Now there's another order asking them to return the seized excavators. And so all 5 of the excavators have been brought back. This is the last one that is being brought back. And these are excavators. These are exhibits that are going to be used for prosecution. So if you see them, they'll be marked, properly marked. Writings on them in red, indicating that these are exhibits. And so you can see the government of Ghana, Ashanti, and Carrier, the dates they were seized, and exhibit number 01. These are awaiting, according to the Forestry Commission officials, there are cases pending in court. These are exhibits. Who will order for exhibits that are going to be used in prosecution to be returned and released? Who gave that order? And that's the major question that we are asking right now. Now there's been denials all across people we have cross-checked. We are still cross-checking, and at the right time, we'll bring you the right information. Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaridonko, Forestry Commission, Regional Depot.
All right. I can't remember Erastus himself. I think there was, he was interviewed again, and some time back, he was attacked on this whole Galamsey. He was trying to, get some information with regards to that. He came to say that, Charlie, it's not an easy task, and he was attacked, and a whole lot of things.
I was scared for him once I was watching him do that. Because anybody could do anything to him. But that is a risk journalists have to go through in this country to get their right story. So anytime you guys get the time to celebrate Ghanaian journalists, please do.
Is there a day set aside for us?
Yes. In fact, there's Press Freedom Day coming up, I believe, on the 2nd. On the 2nd of May, I believe. 2nd
that's
or 4th.
Just a Friday.
Yes, and there's an event by the Ghana Journalism Association.
Okay.
So it's a dinner night to celebrate and award the amazing journalists in this country doing their thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for what's trending on X right now. Let's shift our attention. Quick break. When we come back, we get proper end of stories with Augustine. He's on standby. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Welcome to an amazing Wednesday here on the AM Club. It's the last day of the month of April. 30 days have September, April, June. Yes, I'm right. 30 days. Today's the 30th of April, 2025. Welcome to the morning news on the AM Club. My name is Diana Edinam Kumbey. Saints. Good morning.
Good morning. I still didn't get. I've not gotten that thing right. 30 days has September. I didn't get.
Has
September.
30 days has September, April, June, June, and November. All the rest are 31, except February alone, which has 28 days or 29 days in each leap year.
Yeah.
Say it in French.
One side.
One
side to one.
Me DB pound.
Montessori for no Montessori International.
I'm a claimed DB, claiming the DBness. Anyway.
So you actually noticed that you had to sing that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I actually knew April had 30 days, but just so I could be sure. 30 days has September, April. I was like, all right. Hey. 2025 seems to be running than 2024.
Why are you shaking my hand? What?
You should understand.
No, wait for me.
Make the necessary calls.
Me?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? We can't say it on air.
No. I am not going to do that.
Right.
What's in the news?
Kojo was asking that what happened yesterday with regards to Okatachi's demonstration. Well, it's been suspended.
Oh, now I get it.
It's been coming.
It's been suspended. Why? Because if you look at the timing and the day given, so it was supposed to be on the 28th to the 29th. And they said from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. So if you say 28 to 29th, the 12 a.m. enters into 29th. Therefore, it ends. It's just a day protest. But they actually saw the according to Okatachi, the 28th was supposed to end it. So on the 29th, 12 a.m. on the 29th, that would have entered into 30, which is today, would have ended the demonstration. But according to the letter given to the Ghana Police Service, it ended on the 28th.
Oh, they didn't.
So therefore, they could not
consider the 12 o'clock cross into the new day. You know what I was going to say? Because if you know Okateche FIFA Mensah, right, he is a very detailed person. Pays attention to details. Intellectually alive. Like that guy is sharp. Like one of those people that you don't go and write exams with because he will just floor you. So for him to have missed that detail, let me share this more.
But yeah,
But
so
anyway,
it
I'm sure the message is clear.
Yeah, it's clear. And so yesterday they had a closed-door conversation with the Accra Police Command as to the way forward. If it's going to be rescheduled, they're having that conversation. But then he spoke to the media and explained why it's not going to be happening yesterday and today, because it was supposed to be a 3-day protest, so it's not going to be happening over that period. But that aside, the Ghana Bar Association has been speaking a lot about the suspension of the Chief Justice. Yeah. Why? Because they feel it is an affront to the law. It is not it's inconsistent with the law, and is calling on the president to immediately revoke the suspension, as well as make details, make
available.
Available the details of the 3 petitions that have been able to establish a prima facie against the Chief Justice. They're also calling for that. If not, they're going to take some legal action against the president with regards to the suspension of the Chief Justice.
I mean, we've seen the doctors come on to fight for their doctors. The lawyers
are fighting.
Yeah.
Journalists who fight for you.
But the funny thing is, some lawyers are not in sync with this decision.
Yes, because when you follow the story, I'm not going to sit here and assume the position of someone who interprets the law or the Constitution. But I, as a layman, have gone through the petition that the letter that was released, and following the story, rather I am thinking is consistent with the law, and rather they should be they should look forward to how swift this issue could dive. Like when the committee will come up with their findings and immediately reinstate her into her position or let her go, because the findings so far do not look good on her side. However, they are still in sync, very consistent with even the Constitution. So, I'm thinking about it, I'm like, is this, a way to twist the hands of government? Because you're a lawyer, you should know better than I, unless, of course, I'm reading the thing backwards, but you should know better. That once a premier facie has been leveled against the Chief Justice, it was mandated for her to speak on it or respond to the petitions that were
even before prima facie is even established, the law guarantees.
In my thinking, is this not consistent with the Constitution? And shouldn't we rather be advocating for a swift process so that we will know the fate of the Chief Justice? I'm thinking about, I'm like, okay, maybe because I'm interpreting it as a layman,
right?
So I'm not going to sit here and assume or pretend I know the law better, but based on the document I have seen, they work they're actually following due process, and there's nothing dubious about this, in my opinion.
Ojo, what do you think?
Me?
When the law speaks, whom are you to question?
I was just like, okay, if a whole association, a whole law association are looking in, then that means there are 2 sides. There's something. You get it. I feel not only is it going to be a fight, not necessarily are they fighting, but when it comes to law, a lawyer will wake up and see the different sides to it. And if the lawyer is hitting on something, then that means there is something. Yeah. You get it. Exactly. So me, I just feel like when I heard the news, I was like, okay, and it's an association. It's an association. Exactly. This one is not like, because first we had just one. It's like a joint. Exactly. So they know what they're about.
Yeah.
I think that there's just also the bits where, anyway, get into your story. It's your story.
Let's get into our stories for this morning and start off with the Ghana Bar Association that has called on the President of the Republic, Mahama, to immediately make public the full decision that establishes the prima facie case against the Chief Justice. Now, this appeal follows the recent suspension of the Chief Justice, a move that has generated widespread public interest debate within legal and political circles. Now, in a press statement issued shortly after the announcement of the suspension, the GBA stressed the importance of transparency and due process in handling such a significant constitutional matter. The association argued that the disclosure of the full decision is vital to maintaining public confidence in the integrity of the constitutional process. Now, according to the GBA, releasing the details would demonstrate that the procedures being followed are in line with the principles of justice, transparency, and fairness. Now, the group further highlights that previous instances involving Article 146 proceedings have included the publication of prima facie findings to ensure public accountability. Now, we're referencing a certain document released by the Ghana Bar Association. What does that document say? Well, let's run you through what the details of that particular statement released by the Ghana Bar Association is. It's a 4-page document, but this morning we'll go through the first 2 for more clarification on what exactly it talks about. It does not only talk about the Chief Justice's suspension, it also talks about other national issues, galamsey, some election-related stories with regards to some seats, the Ablekuma North constituency seat in particular, that has still not been resolved. But now let's walk you through what it says on the first page. Resolution of the Ghana Bar Association passed at its 2025 mid-year conference held at the Labadi Beach Hotel, La Accra, on Saturday, the 26th of April, 2025. We, the members of the Ghana Bar Association, herein assembled at the 2025 mid-year conference of the Bar, at the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra on this day, the 26th of April 2025, stand united in our collective responsibility towards advancing the rule of law, justice, and the sustainable development of Ghana, recognizing the profound and vital and pivotal role the legal profession plays in shaping a just, fair, and transparent society, and reasserting our commitment to upholding the rule of law, ensuring justice for all citizens, and promoting high standards of integrity within public life, acknowledging the central tenets of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, particularly those enshrined in this preamble, which binds all citizens and the state to the principles of freedom, justice, probability, and accountability, emphasizing the key role of legal profession plays in national development and in the administration of justice, conscious of the overreaching goal of ensuring the continued respect for the rule of law and strengthening the legal frameworks that govern our institutions of state, and in furtherance of the theme for this mid-year conference of the Bar, expanding the role of the legal profession in national development, positioning the Ghana Bar Association as the fulcrum, hereby resolve and declare as follows. Matters affecting the legal profession, and it states withdrawal of directive on assignment of courts and fixing of dates for newly filed cases and applications, recognizing that the directive by His Lordship, the Acting Chief Justice on the assignment of cases by his office is uncertain and having regard to the importance of technology and the urgency of justice delivery, the Ghana Bar Association respectfully requests that this directive be withdrawn and the use of technology in the assignment of cases to the courts enhanced. It goes on to say the suspension of the Chief Justice, revocation of suspension. The Ghana Bar Association calls for immediate revocation of the suspension of the Chief Justice, as it considers it as the suspension to be unconstitutional, considering the fact that the President, who is not a judge or judicial officer, exercises discretion to suspend the Chief Justice under Article 146, Clause 6 of the 1992 Constitution in the absence of the published constitutional instrument, statutory instrument, or regulations governing the exercise of this said discretion as required by Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution. Now, what this, it goes on to say that it's release of on prima facie case. In addition, the Ghana Bar Association calls upon the President of the Republic of Ghana to immediately release the full decision establishing a prima facie case against the Chief Justice consistent with established precedent. This disclosure is necessary to ensure that the process is conducted in accordance with the principles of transparency and fairness. Now, these three, the withdrawal of the directive by the Acting Chief Justice Paul Bafo Boni with regards to the reassignment of new cases. Now, we know that this was a directive he issued a few hours after he was appointed as the Acting Chief Justice following the suspension of the Chief Justice. Now, the Ghana Bar Association is asking that that directive be withdrawn, as well as the revocation of the suspension of the Chief Justice, and also making the provisions or the decision on the prima facie case available to the public, by extension the Ghana Bar Association as well, to be able to understand the principles on which the committee or the Council of State together with the President determined the prima facie against the President. Interesting conversations have arisen. We've seen the the Deputy Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Justice Rimsai, making some media rounds stating that the content of this particular message from the Ghana Bar Association is flawed and is empty. And we've seen other legal experts also have that conversation about it. But for the full details of the content of their 4-page press statement, visit mx24online.com, where you get the details. I said it does not only touch on the Chief Justice and the suspension, it also speaks on Galamsey, speaks on the unresolved seats in the 2024 general elections that have been in contention between the NPP and the NDC over the period. You want to take a look at that as well. And now let's do some presidency, as President John Dramani Mahama has nominated 33 individuals for the position of District Chief Executive in the Eastern Region in accordance with Article 243 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 20 of the Local Government Act 2016, Act 936. Now, the announcement made on Tuesday, April 29, 2025, reflects President John Dramani Mahama's commitment to strengthening local governance and ensuring effective leadership at the district level. The nominees, whose names were released by the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, include individuals from diverse backgrounds. Now, notable nominees are Kate Mausi Banawo for the Kwewu Afram Plains North area, and then Moses Tangmi for the Kwewu Afram Plains South constituency, as well as Ernest Owusu-Ntim for the Itiwa East municipality, among others. Now, these appointments are subject to approval by the district assemblies of the respective areas. It's a tall list, 33 list of them, but let's take a look at the statement released by the Ministry of Chieftaincy and Local Government. Nomination of District Chief Executives. His Excellency the President, in accordance with Article 243, Clause 1 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 21 of the Local Government Act 2016, Act 936, as amended, has nominated the attached list of persons for appointment to the office of the District Chief Executive pending approval by their respective assemblies. Please find attached to the list of the nominees per office of the President's letter as dated April 29th, 2025, for your attention and necessary action, signed by Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, and he is the Minister in charge of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. 33 of them. Quickly, let's walk through some of the areas. So, Kwewu, Afram Plains North, Afram Plains South, Kwewu East, Kwewu South, Kwewu West, Brim North, Itiwa East, Itiwa West, Okre, then Kwabrim, Fantiakwa South, Fantiakwa North, the Brim Central, Brim South, the Achiase area, the Mansa, the Denchemboa area, as well as the Asen Manso, Akroso area, and then the names have been assigned to it. Like I said, 33, a tall list of nominees for the Eastern Region pending approval by the district assemblies. You want to visit mx24online.com for the full list. There you can see as well Upper West, Achim, Lower West Achim, Lower Manya Krobo, in Sawam Adwejiri, the New Drabin North, New Drabin South, Equiapim North, Equiapim South, Ibuakwa South, Ibuakwa North, Suhum, Yellow Krobo, Upper Manya Krobo, and the Iswajaman area have all received their nominations for the Municipal Chief Executive portfolios, District Chief Executive portfolios, pending approval from their respective assemblies, and then they can begin work. But now let's just stay on presidency, as President John Dramani Mahama has launched the Ghana Medical Care Trust Fund, commonly known as the Mahama Cares Initiative, saying it is not just a healthcare program, but a symbol of hope for thousands of families across the country. Now, speaking at the launch of the initiative yesterday, Tuesday, April 29th, at the University of Ghana Medical Center, Mr. Mahama described the initiative as a beacon of hope for thousands of Ghanaians facing long-term health complications. He emphasized that the funds mark a critical step towards health quality delivery in the country. Let's take a listen to the President.
of all NHIS claims were related to non-communicable diseases. Yet essential services remain outside the NHIS coverage, leaving families dangerously exposed to out-of-pocket payments. It is against this background that shortly after my election as President, I directed the Honorable Minister for Health to initiate the establishment of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, a commitment captured faithfully in the 2024 People's Manifesto of the National Democratic Congress. During extensive consultations with inputs from over 3,300 stakeholders, the National Task Force I formed, ably chaired by Reverend Emeritus Professor Seth Aite, submitted its final report on April 10th this year. I'm pleased to inform you that the accompanying draft bill, as the Minister said, is ready, presented to Parliament when it resumes at the end of next month. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're launching more than just an initiative. We're launching hope. Hope for thousands of Ghanaians living with chronic diseases. Hope for families battling the overwhelming costs of care. Hope for a future where the quality of life is not determined by one's ability to pay for essential treatments necessary.
That was President John Dramani Mahama speaking at the launch of the Mahama Cares initiative aimed at supporting thousands of Ghanaians living with chronic illness, where we had him pledge his 6 months salary in as much as he's not been paid so far. He's pledged to support the initiative with his salary. We saw the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Honorable Elizabeth Ofori, together with other ministers and some stakeholders also pledged their monthly salary to support this initiative that was launched yesterday at the University of Ghana Medical Center. For clearance, the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Ministers who were there pledged their 3 months salary in support of the President's 6 month salary initiative. We saw other stakeholders, other doctors of the University of Ghana Medical Center also pledged their support. But President Mahama says that this fund is going to need some generous donations from the Ghanaian people as well as other stakeholders. So interested persons can also do so by pledging any amount of money they want to. If you want to join the President in pledging your salary, well, this is your chance to also do so. But now let's talk some other issues, as the Generational Rights Protection Society, led by media personality Okatachi Mensa Ifrifa, has called off the subsequent days of its planned demonstration, originally set for April 28th to April 30, 2025. And this announcement followed a closed-door meeting held between officials from the Ghana Police Command for further discussions on a new date. Now, the 3-day demonstration aimed at mounting pressure on the government to take decisive action to tackle illegal mining in the country, popularly known as Galamsey. Now, after the meeting, the conveners spoke to the media, and here's what they had to say.
The demonstration announces that we will be continuing, and they invited us through a Deputy Attorney General, a revered lecturer of mine, whom he said that we must meet with the police and have engagement on a demonstration. So we came this morning, and after deliberations with the police, we've accepted demonstration and then the intimate muscle. But then, more clear days be no for and prepare to be able to help us with the demonstration we want to do today. But all said and done, instead of giving them that days to be able to prepare, we believe that we've achieved the purpose for which the demonstration was initiated in the first place. Demonstration, raising awareness on a particular issue. Demonstration, all over social media, all over the world, through the TVs and everything, in homes, people's homes, and command will be a Galamsey issue. So it means, say, you achieve your purpose for the demonstration. 2, influencing of a policy. So influence of policy, them say ya kunchire and some gunkrata so. And some ya kunchire gunkrata so no. Ya this see laboso and say present my president. we are going to find a way to get this delivered to the president, for which is going to influence a policy. When this is achieved, we believe that there is no point rehashing your commitment again. So any policy for Asia, we've agreed, the demonstration for today will be suspended. And that is not to say the fight.
There you heard him say that the demonstration set for 3 days ending today has been suspended following a conversation with Accra Police Command with regards to some issues that emanated on day one with regards to the set date and timing. But he says that the initiative or the aim for the demonstration has been achieved despite the fact that it would not be continuing for subsequent days. But the petition, which was supposed to be submitted on the last day, which was today, it will find its way to the presidency to influence policy decisions. And that was Okatachi Mensah Ifrifa, the lead convener of the Generational Rights Protection Society, that was supposed to organize a 3-day demonstration by in a day's demonstration. Away from that, let's do some news from the NPP's camp. As former Vice President of the Democratic Party for the 2024 elections, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has asked the party supporters to forgive the Akufo-Addo government for its shortcomings while in power. He admitted that although the government accomplished a lot, it also made certain mistakes that angered party supporters and discouraged them from turning out in large numbers to vote during the December 7 general elections. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia revealed that approximately 2.1 million party supporters failed to show up at the polls, which he believes played a major role in the party's loss. Speaking during the NPP's thank you tour on Tuesday, which had its stop in the Ashanti region, Dr. Bawumia assured the teeming supporters that the party will work hard to avoid repeating these mistakes in coming years. Well, let's still stay on this development because a young believed to be a supporter of Kennedy Ohene Ejapong, who contested but lost the New Patriotic Party flag bearer race in the 2024 elections, has reportedly been starred by individuals alleged to be party vigilantes. Now, this happened during the NPP's thank you tour in Bantama constituency of the Ashanti region. Now, according to Eyewitness, the victim, part of a group of students from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, was threatened multiple times with pistols by the assailants, who later fired 8 warning shots into the air. The confrontation reportedly began when the students attempted to prevent the armed men from taking away cash presented after the event. Now, during the scuffle, the victim, whose identity is being withheld, was stabbed in the upper right rib. Medical staff at the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital Emergency Unit confirmed the victim is in stable condition after undergoing a minor surgery. According to the members of the student group, the first altercation occurred inside an auditorium where the MPP leaders were addressing supporters. They were threatened after chanting songs in support of Kennedy Ohene Ejapong. This is what we know is that Kennedy Ohene Ejapong has reached the hospital where he had a conversation with the individual who was stabbed. The incident has also been reported to the Kumasi Police Command for further investigations as well. Media reports are also picking up the sense that Kennedy Ohene Ejapong might not be on grounds again with the MPP flag bearer or the 2024 flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party in coming days with regards to the thank you tour. On the back of this particular incident, it's not been confirmed yet. Sources close to media are indicating, and this is from the camp of the NPP as well, that he may not join Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in coming days in touring the other 16 regions, the thank you tour. But as and when this development breaks, and we'll be bringing you updates with regards to the thank you tour and if Kennedy Ohene Ejapong would be a part of this particular tour. But finally, the Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation says it has launched an investigation into a cyber breach impacting approximately 5,700 customers of MTN Ghana. The breach, reported on April 28, 2025, has prompted immediate collaboration with key regulatory bodies to assess and mitigate the situation. The ministry is working closely with the Cyber Security Authority, the National Communications Authority, and the Data Protection Commission to determine the scope of the breach and identify potential vulnerabilities. Now, authorities are also examining whether the mobile network operator bears any responsibility for the incident. In a public advisory letter, the ministry assured customers that all necessary steps are being taken to safeguard their data in compliance with data protection laws. Affected individuals will be contacted directly with further instructions and support. Now, the ministry put out a statement earlier this morning. Let's walk you through the details of that particular statement. And it says, public announcement, cybersecurity breach investigation. The attention of the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations has been drawn to a cyber breach affecting about 5,700 MTN customers. The ministry is working closely with the Cyber Security Authority, CSA, the National Communications Authority, NCA, and the Data Protection Commission to investigate the potential breach. This collaboration aims to determine the extent of the breach and ensure that necessary measures are taken to protect customer data. The ministry will ensure that affected customers are contacted in line with data protection laws. The ministry is working to establish if there are any breaches on the part of the mobile network operator. The ministry is also urging all customers to remain calm as the ministry, together with other stakeholders, as dated or as outlined in the letter, work to get the issue and keep the public updated. And it's a statement coming in from the Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations in regards to some customer breach. Some 5,700 customers of MTN that has been breached. We know this was announced by MTN some hours ago. The ministry, together with other stakeholders, is working round the clock to make sure that this is brought to an end. But that's the wrap up here on the AM Club. My name is Diana Edinam Kumbey. Like I always say, the news ends here, but there's more if you visit us on mx24online.com or join us online. When you click or type MX24GH on all social media platforms, you get to read news and updates that you need to know as you go about your day. It's a cold Wednesday. Charlie, grab some cowboy coffee as Mimi and Jay are doing.
Thank you very much for coming through.
Mr. Kobe to Saint.
Yeah.
Okatachi says that the impact of the demonstration has been felt. They believe they are getting results from
right.
I won't also admit that, you know, anytime we start all media bouts and campaigns, there's no point in acknowledging that the impact has been felt just because we see the impact on social media. Right. I just wanted to add that. But wait, thank you so much. Catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports and business insight on mx24online.com. Now it's time for entertainment and showbiz right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Never a dull Coffee Daily. My name is Diana. Welcome to Entertainment News segment. I am super excited to all of you every single day where I give you trending in Ghana and beyond. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, JKD.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
How are you guys doing?
We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good.
This morning
you're
I
not
told
good.
you that you look like you own the entire East Legon.
Like you, she owns the what? The entire East
She
Legon.
owns the Legon.
Oh, I didn't know.
Including.
I look like.
Oh, yeah,
Look like
we
I didn't say you are.
DCE of East Legon. She'll get appointed soon.
Mimi, you should get appointed with anything. There has to be an
She'll
appointment.
get appointed soon. Relax.
Yeah.
Get
Okay.
appointed.
So let's quickly.
When she gets appointed, we'll be holding her bags.
Oh, we know.
Me is the bag I want to hold. The bag and shoes. That's all.
Bag and shoes, eh?
That's all.
Because we
that's
know what
I've
you've
always
done.
That is all.
Have you seen the trending video? Sisters that go to church without a car.
No.
Oh, have
I've
you
not
seen it?
No.
They put their shoes in the rubber
yeah.
and then get to the church and
And
start
then
cleaning. They're
change
giving us what we used to do. Now when I say sometimes jacket no kind rubber.
I know, right?
Let's get into our stories. What's in entertainment today?
Well, just like addiction and just like how it gets hard to get over an addiction, we have Minister Yalsiku, who used to be a musician that is, I would say R&B, Afrobeat, I would say
He was in the secular.
He's a rapper.
Yes.
He's still a rapper, but now.
If you don't know him, he sang Whoop It, Do Do Whoop It, Do Do Whoop It. Yeah, I love that song actually. But he said that it took a while for him to finally get into his calling. Now, even though he decided to say that he decided to, get with the calling that God gave to him, that you're going to do gospel, it still took a while because he used to, just 2 years after getting the hit song Whoop It, Do Do, now God has called him and then now the money is not coming again. He's not playing the shows and all of those things. And so he is confessing that it took a while. In fact, he struggled, but by God's grace, he has no option than to surrender. And so let's quickly get into it. Now, gospel minister Yalsiku, formerly known for his hit song, Wopedodo, has shared his journey of transformation from a secular artist to a devoted follower of Christ. He revealed that the transition came with significant sacrifices, including turning down lucrative music opportunities when he was broke. Despite the challenges, Yalsiku says he has no regrets and finds fulfillment in his new path. He reflects on the emptiness he felt in his former life despite its fame and success, and credits its faith with bringing him joy and purpose. His story serves as an inspiration to those struggling to leave behind their past. Well, so that's what Yalsiku told us today, Mimi. In fact, trust me, I thought these things mostly happen with just addiction, but for me to hear him say this, that, Charlie, you can still feel empty even when you're being called, and then you know that, Charlie, this is the spots that you're in, and you went from owning everything to now, now you don't know what to do.
This was, I remember very well when Sonny Badu reached out to him to help him on the journey of, the Christendom. And he rejected. He rejected an offer from...
he did?
Yes, Sonny Badu.
When he was in the secular side, or when
he had just repented.
Okay.
When he had just given his life to Christ, and he was going on that tour, he had a few interviews, and Sonny Badu was touched by, the gentleman saying that, he's given his life to Christ, yada, yada, yada. And he offered to support him, with his journey with Christ financially or what. He rejected it, and people called him arrogant and what have you. But I'm like, if you're on a journey with God, there's a certain level of confidence you have in Him. Also, I thought it was a big. If you want to help me, why are you going public about it?
Okay.
Yeah, I think I heard that as well. Okay. I heard that as well. But you see, when God has you, He will provide for you. He will take care of you. Sometimes you will not have food. That means that He wants you to fast. Sometimes you don't have clothes. He wants you to be humble. I think every journey with Christ is a lesson, and I think everybody should learn. And it's not an easy thing. I won't lie to you.
Especially coming from a path where everybody knows you, everybody knows your music too. Exactly. Kapi is even still struggling. She's still struggling.
Kapi that doesn't need money. That is Kapi. Or $10, baby girl.
She's still struggling. She's like,
who has they can't Porsche and a Bentley?
It's
a Bentley. It's a pink Bentley.
Pink Bentley, yeah.
She's struggling, though.
She's still struggling. She
This
said,
one doesn't
she said till now she even feels like buying more shoes. You know, like when she made the video that her shoes are vanity, she said to all her, she still feels like buying more shoes, but she so she won't buy the shoes. Yeah.
Someone says she's throwing her shade.
I know.
I say it's you, not me. You.
Yeah, telling us it's vanity. Yeah, saying that, guys, this is only my Dubai collection. I'm like, sister, if you miss that life, you better say it. But obviously, you miss it, definitely. And so, but more grace to Minister Yalsiki's elbow. Exactly. All right, we're moving on to the next story. We're talking about Amarena. And she was having a good time, she had a party, and she played a lot of Shatta Wale songs, and when the song she said something that, you know what, he'll drop a song and will even forget that he insulted her.
Let's think about that.
Yeah. So when she said that, they played Shatta Wale songs and everyone, in fact, it was a vibe. Now, Stonebwoy, well, she said it, or she actually said it on Twitter that she played Stonebwoy's song. I would have bigged him up too. And so let's quickly get into it. Ghanaian Afro-pop artist Amare has urged fans of dancehall artist Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale to avoid controversy after he praised Shatta Wale at her block party. Amare performed Shatta Wale's hit song and expressed admiration for the artist despite his verses. Some fans of Stonebwoy criticized Amare, suggesting that she was taking sides, but she clarified that she has respect for both artists and considers Stonebwoy. Yes. So do you ever think the Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale thing is going to ever end?
Me, I don't know when it will end.
Because if Lali and Lola cry chop their you know that, right?
No.
Oh,
I
had an interview with them. They chopped their head for Shatta Wale unity.
Oh.
So now what are they looking like?
I don't think, actually they told me they are mostly in hats and caps now. Yeah. So we don't know what's on their head. So we're waiting to see what's on their head. Yeah, they chopped that. They chopped their red.
That rivalry would stick for a longer time.
Yeah.
There's still Tupac and Biggie rivalry as we speak.
Tupac is allegedly dead.
Biggie is dead.
Because some people are bringing videos out now that Tupac is somewhere.
Yeah, so it's
even in
part
Ghana,
of the entertainment.
The Champon brothers have come together. Daddy Luma and Nane Champon are friends now. So I don't know. Maybe when they're older, they'll realize that.
And you see, it's not me. I keep on saying that this thing is like politics. It's entertainment politics. You get it. Were we not here that they had a press conference and then Shatta was giving Boy a Jesus kiss?
Yeah.
Were we not here? It can happen again. You get it. But it all comes back to the fans. It comes back to the grassroots. Back to those who are fans, because when we're done with football, for instance, when you're done with a match, they take each other.
Period.
Meanwhile, the fans are the ones doing stones and whatnots that my team did, my team that. So it comes back to the fans.
Yeah. That's true. Well, no. Let's move away from that. We're moving on to national news. Odumedu Black is not happy. So over the weekend, on Sunday, there was the Headies 2025, and he was actually, he won an award, giving his shout-outs, giving his speech. And when it got to the part where he had to acknowledge Jesus, they cut him. Now, he claims that it's because he was acknowledging Jesus in the Nigerian entertainment industry. But I think that in award shows, we work with time.
Are you this producer? You can't come and tell us anything.
No, you work with time. Because coincidentally, your Jesus speech and then the time clicked and they had to play music for a performance. Now you go Ayungo. He was still standing there. I'm going to play the video shortly. But he brought it on social media yesterday saying that they didn't want him to mention Jesus. Let's quickly get into it and we'll play the video. So, let's get into it and then we'll play the video.
You want us to look at the tweet first?
Well, Nigerian rapper Odumedu Black has addressed the controversy surrounding his microphone being turned off during his acceptance speech at the 2025 Headies, despite winning the next rated category with the most votes. Odumedu's mic was cut off mid-speech, sparking concerns. However, the rapper clarified that he harbors no resentment towards the show, and the mic was soon turned back on, allowing him to finish his speech. The incident has sparked discussions among fans and industry stakeholders. But before that, I think there was a tweet or something. So let's take a look at the tweet, if it's there. Well, let's take a look at the video.
And the promises that come with believing in Jesus Christ. One house, please. Hey, who is playing that thing? I'm talking about Jesus. Put it up. Hey, put it up. I don't want any sound. Please, please, please. Please, put it.
We have to go.
I know, but there's time that's so it's it the time passed. There's time. They have time. They have to present. They have to present.
We are not here. We can't hear.
It's okay.
We can't hear you.
Well, still controversies around this. Now, people are saying that you have time to go mention Jesus. You're not leaving the stage until Jesus is mentioned, but your music is saying otherwise. That is what people are also saying. Girl, there's so much going on this story. We can't stop talking about it, but don't worry. If more updates come on, I'll come your way same time tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, for you today on the entertainment news segment. My name is Daphne. I'll come your way tomorrow, but you can see us through the rest and all our social media pages, MX to you.
Thank you so much. Now we know the people to continue to fight in this house. You are the weapon for fashion against us. You this Daphne girl. You are the oh wow. It's business environment and robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success. That is why we have started to design health plans to accommodate unique health care needs. Health Insurance, we say in that everything we design transcends all those hitches. Our health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. Now, at Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. Reach out to us on 05124 or 0539 135 073. Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you.
Well, Telecel Cash has good news for you. Inti eyamu sende keke.
Yeah, sende keke.
Sende keke. That's all. That's all. Dial star 110 hash. Okay? Just dial it and then sende keke. That's all. Star 110. Hello, Telecel is changed. All right? All right, that's about it for Coffee Daily. Up next, we get into Fashion Wednesday right after this. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fearless and factual.
My name is Emmanuel Sade, and I'm into farming.
Sukwa Bo Moko Dono Tamabe Nama Canavano Agrada Vivi no Kono.
I went into farming as a result of applying for a job and I'm not getting it. And moreover, I'm the first son of the family, and at that time too, my mom is very weak. She can't go in again. Everyone is looking up on me that I have to support. Okay, if I'm not getting job, then I have to enter into the family to support the family.
So he wants to be a farmer. When he explains things to me, I became happy again.
Yes, sir. No nagran, no door. Let's say Amatewo, Yemako, one
I mean, watermelon, potato, just add tomatoes to it and okra. We have challenges with our inputs. We are talking about the herbicides that we use and the insecticides. We talk about the fertilizer, the prices. It really affects farmers here. For workers, I don't have permanent workers. I have my junior brother and my wife who help me in the farm. And the extra ones that we ourselves we can do, we employ other people. In the house, when Eda Henry called me from Oblevania, there is a program going on. He saw a certain lady going around that is picking data. So for those youth into farming that are less than 35 years, so we should come in. So that was when I got to know that there is a project going on. It's a good initiative because a lot of the youth are there. They are having the capability to venture into the farming or other businesses, but they are hoping for someone to employ them. But as Ghana Grow came out and then it is empowering them, and it will help some of the youth also go into the agriculture or other business too.
Through farming, we are able to care for the family and also get money from the farm.
Looking at what my brother has done, going into farming and support the family, it inspires me a lot to also become a farmer. Farming has helped me. One, I'm able to marry. It supports me financially. Farming helped me to put up my own housing project.
I would advise my husband that he should realize that there is a lot of money in farming.
If I can do it, you can also do it. My name is Emmanuel Sade. I'm a farmer. Ghana grows. Hope Day.
Ghana Day.
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes.
He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used,
the more money he makes.
Oh yes. So, what are you waiting for?
Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money.
Bet Influencer. Another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, it's way more.
This is a call to you. The dreamers. The ones that see no boundaries.
Dreamers take a chance.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Get connected, feel the vibe.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
Catch the wave and jump around.
To the architects of their journeys. Every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel, connecting energies.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential fashion industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate our passion behind the scenes, more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV. Step into the world of fashion.
It's time for us to get to Fashion Wednesday, and we're excited about it. Every single Wednesday. Diana Edinam Kumbey is here. My God. Today we are discussing something you don't really like.
Yeah, it's not like I don't like it.
You don't like. You don't like.
Oh,
you don't
no,
like.
it's
Diana,
not.
you don't.
I do not know much about it.
Mm.
So like I'm literally just because it's something you wear in some. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to just sit back and
then listen.
Yeah.
Your problem is guys who always wear suit, and you feel like they should do something different.
Yeah, I think where some guys wear suits,
and also
it's just boring. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's why we're having a conversation. Was joining us for it, we've got Joseph Ofori Gyan. He's a fashion stylist. And, I mean, when the camera coming from, that's right.
Yeah.
Good morning, sir. Good
so
morning.
just for context, yes, we are discussing suits styling 101. So he's going to be, taking us to school and then letting us know the do's and don'ts and how to, zhuzh it up sometimes.
I like it.
Yeah.
Zhuzh it up.
Black suits. See, look at that. Look at it. Look at it.
Different.
Yeah, what do you think?
That is actually what every gentleman should do.
Okay.
You should have varieties of suits in different colors so that at least for your everyday activity, each color will represent something. You shouldn't just be doing one color. When you do it that way, it makes you boring. So spicing it up with all these colors and then creating different complicated looks makes you stand out everywhere you go.
Okay, so you in your wardrobe, how many colored suits do you have? What are the colors in there though?
I have a lot. You can see I'm wearing the coral brown.
Is it trying? Hey, which one is the? Is it the bottom or the top? Or
no, I mean the jacket, the blazer.
Yeah. Okay,
so
that's coral
it looks like brown but not brown, more like a coffee but not coffee. So that's the coral brown.
You two, what are you wearing?
Me, I'm wearing a zebra of brownish with a coffee brown tie. Could there be any a coral brown tie?
You just created a style for yourself, and that's nice.
Okay, so you're wearing coral brown, and then what else do you have? Like, what else would you advise people get in their wardrobes?
So I feel like every gentleman should have, first of all, a black suit. You do the navy blue. People will say blue black. Yeah, that's a common color everybody knows. A beige color. So this looks like a tan. And the bed values similar to this, what we have here.
Okay, yes.
Yes, and then you will gray. Some people will say the charcoal gray.
Okay.
Very dark. Okay. Yes, and then you would have to add coffee to it.
Okay.
So when you do it that way, you realize that with each one of their trousers can pair each one of their jackets.
Yeah.
So if I getting these jackets and then these trousers, and then you would say we get at least just 2 maybe tops. It could be a white shirt and then a cream shirt. You realize that a unique out of the jacket, matching one of your pants with one of the jacket, a shirt, and as well as the shirt you have. So you realize that you can create as you want from you have. So not necessarily you having a different colors, but some same colors that we all then look good in them and become unique wherever you go.
Yeah, nicely said. When it comes to the types of suit, I mean, first of all, what constitutes a suit? Because I would hear, okay, if it's a suit, that means it has to be top and down. That is a suit. Someone would say, no, it's not. That's not it. Someone would say, for him, even if he wears a jacket, it's a suit for him. Someone would say, no, if you, that means it's just a jacket. It's not a suit. But let's get into what constitutes a suit.
All right. Thank you for the question. So we have just this alone is a jacket.
Okay.
So when you pair it a matching pants, it becomes a suit.
Okay.
So you are not wearing a suit.
So right now, I would say I'm wearing a suit because matching pants same color as the jacket. You see, wearing this, I'd paired it with a red trouser, I would look completely off.
Yeah.
A suit.
It would be a suit, but then you are off.
Still suit.
Let's say not a suit.
No, because we are saying we are just establishing around rules.
Yes.
Understand that it will look off, but it is still a suit because you're wearing the blazer and you're wearing.
Any stylist that will see you can that you're not wearing a suit because what is making it suiting?
Is it not that you're wearing blazer and the pants?
Yes. Earlier I said that you can wear a blazer with a matching pants. But if I here wearing this blazer and a red pant, to me or to somebody, the person may think I'm wearing a suit, but I'm off. It's an error. It's not wearing the jacket that I'm wearing. So not only the pant being just a pant, it should match the jacket or the blazer.
Okay.
That makes it a suit. So delving into the question you wanted to ask earlier, that the types of suits we have.
Yeah.
We have the two-piece suits and three-piece suits. Okay. And then with their classification, we have the double-breasted and then the single-breasted.
Okay.
Somebody may ask, what is a three-piece suit or a two-piece suit? So what I'm wearing today, the jacket and then the match becomes a two-piece suit.
Okay.
So the difference with the three-piece and the two-piece suit is the vest or the waistcoat that has been added.
That's right.
Like what my mother is wearing over here.
If he had
jeans. But that's very okay.
I was going to say if he was wearing like the blazer on it would have been three.
It would be a three-piece.
But Oshe jeans
a two-piece.
Okay.
So he's I like wearing
sharp.
Yes. So
yeah, we do too.
Take it. And then in most cases, or let's say like traditionally, the three-piece suit should be a single-breasted.
Okay.
A single or two buttons that we lock it just ahead. What I'm wearing is a double-breasted.
Yeah.
Right, what we have here.
Yeah.
This is
like buttons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So sometimes, ideally 8, 6, and then you could do 3, you could how the designer would want to customize it. But one distinct with a double-breasted and a single-breasted suit is that with a double-breasted suit, you would lock the bottoms crossing over to the other side of the chest. A single, you just put yourself inside and then you lock it once, straight ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't bring one. All these ones are double-breasted.
They're double-breasted, yeah.
Good. So we can adapt the concept of this one.
Okay. So there's one on the screen right now.
Good.
Yeah.
So this is a single-breasted suit.
Okay.
This is a single-breasted suit. So sometimes the buttons could be two.
Okay.
We could have one just below where the lapel ends.
Yeah.
Then another button will follow right after where the other one ends. Let's say 2 inches above it. Yes.
Okay.
So this is a double-breasted suit.
Okay.
So they decided to choose a different color to represent the blazer.
Yeah.
A different color of the buttons.
Yeah.
You could see that the tie correspond with the buttons, and then the pocket square also correspond with the buttons. So it's not just like you wore anything, but then every detail in the suit is complementing each other.
Quick one. This one. You'd realize that the last button, following the very first one, which has been closed,
yes, please,
is also closed.
Yes.
A lot of people say we have to leave the last button, opened. How true is that? Because this looks also fit. Because I quite remember there was a day I did that. Someone a fashion guy rushed to me and said I should leave it open. Meanwhile, I felt comfortable it being closed because it was quite big, but when I close it, it becomes fit. Yeah. So what can you say to that?
All right, thank you. So the reason why most of the times we say, or we have actually normalized it, when you leave the last buttons open, it makes you more comfortable.
Okay.
That is, if you would want to sit,
okay,
or if you would want to do any other activity or exercise that would require you stretching yourself.
Okay.
Yes, and then it's emancipated from the British land. Where, this rule came from, that when you wear a double-breasted suit, you should leave the last button open.
Okay.
It's just to make it comfortable.
Oh, okay. So it's not wrong fashion.
It's not wrong fashion. But these days, we have normalized it and have made it a rule.
Okay.
So it will be best you leave it open, because even if you wear a suit, you'll be doing something.
Yeah.
So to make things easy for you, and again to prevent other people from pointing hands at you that you see this nice gentleman, he's not complete because he locked the last buttons.
Yeah.
So I think when you adapt to that, it will make you very okay and then make you more comfortable when you're wearing a double-breasted suit.
What are your thoughts on rules in fashion?
Come again?
What are your thoughts on rules in fashion?
So I think every human being has principles, one under this sun. And as a fashion designer and a stylist as I am, I believe your looks and your fashion sense inspire a lot of things. Sometimes there have been instances that I walked into a room and then, let's say, people were sad. But when they saw how I was well dressed, it captivated them. They started looking good. They felt the sense of fashion that I have brought into the room. So I feel like you represent yourself and your ideologies through how you dress. And then how you dress will determine how you would want people to address you. Assuming I walked in just shabbily dressed and then anyhow, I don't think the gate or the door would have even been opened for me to enter, because in your head or in your mind, maybe, is he really the guy we actually called on the show? Because he's not looking like the fashion designer we sought for or the stylist we sought for. So representing yourself and your ideology and your physical being itself in or through tells a lot about you and what you stand for.
Yes,
so
but do you believe that you have to it's a personal thing? If you think that, oh, okay, this rule applies, I can apply it today and tomorrow I will not apply it, that's fine. Or, nah, let's just put it aside and do you.
Do you? Okay. So we have simple, common accepted rules that every gentleman that would wear a suit should follow.
Okay.
And that is, if you're wearing a suit, it shouldn't be broader or longer than your shoulder line, like what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
See, some people would wear their parents' suits when they pass it on to them.
Yeah.
And you realize that the suit, the shoulder line had fallen.
Okay.
That is not appropriate. So you can mark that. So aside some of these simple and common rules that we have, which is accepted everywhere, I feel when every new happen, people try to create. People try to be very creative with the things they wear and the things they do. So as a matter of fact, it's okay for you to create your own style, but then make sure that you don't deviate from the simple and then accepted rules. For instance, like what I gave you, being the shoulder line, and also the double-breasted suit, wearing it and then not closing the last button. I am wearing a double-breasted suit, but in a different style.
Yeah.
So when I get up, can I?
Yes.
All right.
You can get up.
So when my buttons same as this suit.
Yes.
So with my buttons, it was locked on the other side.
Yeah.
Following the same sequence and structure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is completely different from what I have here.
Yeah.
So this is the same style of which you and you lock it, then you the other remaining buttons, and then you leave one open. So it's the same idea, but just that as a fashion designer and a stylist I should represent myself in different ways.
Yeah.
That is why I chose to do my buttons this way.
Okay. So in this way, you are allowed to close all.
So in this way, you are allowed to close the buttons or some of them, which is different from this particular suit.
Okay.
So this is my own style. So I decide how I would want to wear it, which makes it perfectly okay. Even if I leave some of the buttons open, also complement the outfit.
Yeah.
Make it good. Yeah. So in a sense, I could choose to close to, leave to, or close some. That is fine.
Okay. Interesting. But for people who don't know color combinations, because I feel like if you wear then pants are red and things like that. For people who don't know color combinations, what are combinations that we can adapt?
Okay, so I thought about those people and then I brought these colors here. So with people who do not want to think, because to put up certain colors will require you a lot of exercise. You would have to think and then make sure that colors are really complementing each other on the color wheel. Yeah. Not you just wearing colors at all. So for people who go through that of thinking and all, you can just do the dark gray suit or the charcoal gray, and then you get for yourself the navy blue suit. It's actually a
done in a different way altogether, because when you look at the hands, it looks
exactly. It looks like
different style
altogether. So people who or the navy blue get as well as coffee.
Okay, so I'm thinking more of, let's arrange the look for them. So say maybe wear a white long sleeve shirt. You can pair it with this colored this colored blazer. Let's
arrange something.
Yes, let's arrange it.
Okay, so we can do the navy blue jacket.
Okay, jacket.
Good, with the charcoal gray color.
Okay, the pants.
The pants.
Okay.
So you wear the top of the pants and then either a white shirt or a black shirt.
Okay.
When you put on a black shirt, you can't put on a tie, because when you put on a tie and the tie is very colorful, it would make the dressing a certain way.
So many rules.
So much rules, but just simple rules.
Okay.
Some of them are just, you don't need a person to tell you to do this. You just look, okay, this will look good. Just like when you're pairing your heels with your dress, don't call a friend. You look at the color of the heel, you look at the color of the dress you are wearing, and then the elements in it. So for suit, you are wearing gray pants and then the navy blue jacket. Wear a white shirt with a tie that has a touch of a navy blue in it, or the gray in it, or even a black that they should to wear. So there are certain areas that should also complement each other. You can look at my socks, complementing the buttons in the suit. So like I said, there are elements you look out for when dressing. The same socks is the shades I'm wearing.
Your pocket.
And my pocket square. So you can, and my tie is also complementing the blazer as well as the pants. Whereby my shoes are complementing the pants and then. So sometimes you don't need to even do too much. With the clothes you have, you just put them on your bed. Look at them. Are they close to each other? Do they complement each other? Are they okay for me to wear? You realize that within 2 minutes, you get the answer for yourself, and then you are good to go.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to ask is the type of shoes. Because I know there are different types.
A lot of.
Which one would you advise that people get?
Okay, we have the Oxford, we have the Brooks, we have the loafers. Let me just say, these are the simple ones, and then the Debbie.
Okay.
Do you know what a Debbie shoe is? Just guess.
Please tell me.
So the Debbie shoes, you know, back in those days, your friends would say they are the mirror shoes.
Did you buy some?
Those black shoes that are more like the ones retailers use.
Okay.
That black shiny shoe.
Okay.
Those are the Debbie shoes, and it's spelled D-E-R-B-Y. So they can search it online and then they will get a lot of options. And then we have the Oxford.
Sorry, is it the same as the ceremonial ones?
So I'm coming. It will be ceremonial depending on the occasion, you are styling for.
Okay.
With the Oxford. What I'm wearing is actually an Oxford shoe. So when you even pictures of them, most times they are brown. Most times they are, and then it's coming out from the British and the Queensland. And also loafers. I think the loafers is very common. You all know what a loafer is. You wear it more like an easy wear. So let's say when you are choosing an event like a white tie event, or you can do with the Oxford or the Debbie shoe, because those shoes will complement the event very well. It is okay for you to wear as for the white tie or the dinner, but then it wouldn't complement it. It's supposed to complement it for you. So in order to be very safe, just do yourself good by wearing the Oxford or the Debbie shoe, and then you are good to go.
Okay, so what about fit? The fit of the suits, because honestly, how is this, especially the trousers? See, it's hanging. I don't know how is it supposed to be like that? In that case, so or are there different circumstances where it is supposed to be a little above the name of this
ankle?
Ah, yes.
Okay. So that my trouser is not hanging. Every trouser that a gentleman should wear should actually fall a little bit above the ankle.
Okay.
So it could fall. When I stood up, it fell on my ankle, which didn't cover the shoes I'm wearing. So just a little bit, like an inch of the socks, so should show.
Okay.
So that the socks, the beauty of the socks, would also add the touch of beauty to the outfit you are wearing.
Nice.
So it's seen as hanging because I'm seated on a high chair, of which, I mean, the socks are not to show, which is also fine. Yes. So going for an event, like an interview, you should do it and also the Oxford with trousers that are not longer than the socks or longer than shoes. They fall on the ankle. So I think this is something you should know about trousers and then how to wear them.
Okay, but what of the fit? Like how fit? See, this one, he's wearing skinny jeans.
Okay.
Is that how the
fitting me, what you're saying.
Yeah, but like
fitting me.
What is the trouser for the suit? How fitting
should it be?
Sure. So we have the slim fit, and then we have the modern fit. So each one of these fits represents a certain body structure.
Okay.
So for my brother seated over here, he looks a little bit slim and then a little bit heavy. That you say he's completely slim.
You are not completely
I'm not completely
He's not
slim.
completely.
Not completely.
So he has a little bit, but then he's slim. So such a person like this, he the slim fit.
Okay.
You realize that as what he's wearing, he's looking very good in it.
Yeah.
It's corresponding and then matching with his outfit.
Yeah.
And then his physique.
On fashion.
Good. Somebody who is a muscular shoulder and then a broad chest.
Johnny Brown would say.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's a name at all.
You take metals and things every day.
Yeah.
So such a person go with the modern fit. So when I say modern fit, I mean it's supposed to give certain allowance to the chest, the stomach, and then the shoulder, as well as the arms. So you realize that those people who are muscular in shape, they wear suits that do not look too fit on the arm.
Yeah.
For my brother, it would be okay for him to wear such a suit. It wouldn't be tight. It wouldn't look tight. Then it would be his true physique. But somebody who is very muscular, you see the person wearing such suit, you feel like
looks wrong.
He's going too wrong. So such a person should wear the modern fit, not too loose, but just a little bit loose to complement his body measurements. Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the cardinal sins of wearing a suit? I know one. White socks.
Exactly. So you don't
No,
wear...
wait, don't say.
I said one. I said one of the double-breasted.
Okay, he first said one about the double-breasted, not you closing the last buttons.
Yeah. Okay.
So
then the socks you were saying.
Like the socks. I mean, seated over here and then wearing white socks.
Why
Totally
not
off.
a white
But
socks?
someone would also say maybe the white socks is complementing your white shirt.
Yeah. Why not
What
a white
other
socks?
thing is the white socks complement aside the white shirt? Which with this blazer paired with other colors like the cream, the off-white shirt, and colors. What thing would you say the white socks that I will be wearing would complement in the outfit?
Tell you what, I don't know all my white socks away.
Your teeth.
Come on. White socks in your mouth.
No, but you wear socks with
that's
white socks
what,
with different kinds of
Yes.
except
that's very okay.
not
But trying to look like a gentleman, I mean, the gentleman of the old Britain, the gentleman of the modern time, you should look very good and then do away with some of these cardinal sins like wearing a white socks and also pairing your blazer with a non-matching trousers or pants.
Okay.
That will make you look completely disgusting in the eyes of. Then you realize that when you find yourself in, let me just say, people who are just normal suit lovers or normal suit
enthusiasts.
Yes, enthusiasts. You realize that you'll be totally off. You wouldn't even have the confidence to take a picture with any one of them because the moment you get close to one of them, it will draw a lot of eyes and attention on you, and then people will start doing comparisons and all. So just try as much as possible to always look at what you are wearing and then how best they would complement each other. Not just a particular thing in what you are wearing, but then it should have other elements in the things you are wearing that will correspond and then complement each other. that will make it very good and okay.
There's something on the screens. This is white socks. Is it, does this work?
Would you
and if,
say it's a
okay, what shoes, is it Oxford?
Nah, this is loafer.
This is a loafer?
Yeah.
So,
or does it depend on the shoe? Does it depend on what you're going for?
So with what you are seeing, you realize that the white pocket square in there and the white socks, as well as that coffee shade of he is wearing and the top, all correspond and then match with one another in the outfit.
You would have to know colors then.
Yeah.
You would really, for such a person to do this, it tells you that he's really good at what he does.
He
knows what he does.
Yeah.
And you could say he's a stylist because he was able to get all the elements in the outfit to match with one another such that anybody that looks at it would appreciate what he's wearing.
Yeah.
And that is perfectly fine. But for somebody who is not good with colors, trying to make a white socks your go-to socks, I mean, that's very wrong. You can adapt to a coffee brown socks or the black socks. That one perfectly matches with most of the colors we have.
Black socks, blue, black.
Blue, black,
and
the coffee, they match very well with most of the colors we have.
Our time is, but I want to ask a question.
That's fine.
How did you get suits in You see, I'm speaking on behalf of the people who maybe are going for a job interview somewhere and, you know, but you see, this is Ghana we do, you understand? Uber is so expensive, or those retailers are so expensive. Yes, we have to be economical.
Remove the jacket.
In your opinion, what would you say? So that when you get to your location, you will still look sharp. Yeah, you will not look crumpled. In your opinion, how do you?
So what you can do is that if you would want to be very cost economical in these present times that we are in Ghana,
yes,
and then try not to put yourself in a certain corner that after the boat you may not get money to
see.
So you can wear the other elements, but then do not put on the suit.
As in the blazer,
the blazer, the jacket. So that you can just like this. Then you while wearing your shirt, even you put on the tie.
Okay.
So fold the tie very nicely, then you put it just over here. Or there is tie. Then when you get where you are going, use the washroom. If they have a room to, you ask it, you put on the tie. You make sure that the white shirt and everything is actually looking very good. And then I feel like there is this thing that I brought something in my bag. Can you please get it for me? We have the lint remover. I feel like any gentleman that would want to wear a suit to an event and is not having a wrap, and you're going to use the public transport, you should have the lint remover, such that when it's in the other bag, so that when you get to where you are going, you just take it out and then you unfold it, you brush it over the suit, over the jacket and then the trousers and all the things, such that for where you sat in the trotro, if there are other particles that fell on the, sometimes even straighten when you even iron the suit properly. So it will make you look very and then very neat, exactly.
Nice.
Very sharp and very neat.
Okay, so are we done?
Yeah.
Are we done?
So this is the lint remover.
Right.
You peel it off.
You just take it off like this. It gives you a layer.
Okay.
Then you roll it over.
Okay, wait there. You can get some in La Paz traffic.
Everywhere. Everywhere. That one day you get it.
Please, the people who didn't know, today you know it's called lint remover.
Yeah. we have the notch lapel with the types of suit for specific events, we have the notch lapel, we have the peak lapel, and we have the short lapel. So you would ask yourself that, what am I even saying with lapel? So with the notch lapel, it is that lapel that is the everyday single-breasted suit we all know. You realize that the single-breasted suit has a very tiny lapel, very smaller lapel, and then it meets each other.
Yeah.
But then with the double-breasted, the lapels are a little bit broad. So those are the peak lapels. Peak lapels, they are very broader than the single-breasted lapels. Then the short lapels are lapels that we see in tuxedos.
Yeah.
So do you know what a tuxedo is?
I can see it in my
mind. Okay, so a black, for instance, a black jacket or blazer with a black satin.
Yeah.
With a black satin. So most of the times you realize
that's what you wear for the red carpet.
For carpet, for dinner, for highly classified end events. Those are the best suits you should wear or you could have.
Well, Joseph Ofori, so how do we connect with you? I mean, somebody wants to... want to learn more. They also want to get some of your suits about it.
So on Instagram, you can search for my brand's name, just oj.bespoke.
Okay.
oj.bespoke. Okay. The OJ is actually my name.
Okay.
The Joseph Ofori Gyan. So O is for the Ofori and then J for the Joseph.
Okay.
So oj.bespoke. Bespoke. And then on WhatsApp, you can connect with me 020-581-7726.
Okay.
0-581-7726. We are located close to Mercy School Complex at Bubuashi.
Okay.
Close to Mercy School Complex at Bubuashi. And on the same OJ_bespoke.
Okay.
So these are some of the platforms that you can connect with me.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming through.
You're very knowledgeable.
We love all the color blocking and everything we've been able. This one, Diana didn't like. This one, her eyes. She's some guy. No.
So she can tell when people make mistakes.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
I can. Thank you.
Wow. What a time to be alive. To learn about suits. Yes, most definitely. So, Joseph, thank you so much for coming through. And that is how we wrap it up.
Yes, that's it for Fashion Wednesday. Thank you so much for staying with me. You can catch Fashion Wednesday. We are coming with season 2, okay?
Yeah.
So my name is Diana Edinam Kumbey. Yeah.
Well, there's more to come right here on the show. Quick turn when we come live straight to the plug. Right back.
Hi, my name is Ruki. I'm a TV host and a self-styled chef. Cooking is my ultimate passion, and it's something I would say it's my calling. Now, for those who cook a lot like me, there's one fact they always state. Ingredients decide how tasty your food is. And for me, the game-changing ingredients is water. Tap water at the moment is not the best option considering what's going on in the country. Also, such as water can taste weird, produce too much waste, so it's a no-no for me. My number one choice for cooking is Jibu water. Cooking with Jibu water enhances the flavor of your food. And it's not just that. Unlike other brands where you have to pour it from a heavy bottle, the 20-liter dispenser bottle comes with a tap that makes things so easy. So you see how simple it is with Jibu? Cooking with Jibu gives you big flavors and great taste without all stress. Remember to cook with Jibu.
Jibu, transforming opportunity to thrive.
Welcome to Deluxe Experience Ghana, your trusted partner in creating unforgettable events, from breathtaking designs to dazzling lighting solutions. Bring your vision to life with precision and creativity. Our expert event planning and consultation services ensure every detail is taken. You can enjoy a stress-free experience. Capture every moment with our professional photography, videography, and live stream because every memory deserves to be cherished. Transform into a masterpiece with our exquisite interior lighting. Designs tailored to suit your style and theme. At Deluxe Experience Ghana, we don't just plan events, we create experiences. Make your next event extraordinary. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe. Contact us today on 0267 83 7006 or 0545 03 8620 and 0545 03 7520. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe.
The all-new season of your favorite evening talk show is here.
You need to work. Get what? Can I say get what off? I said,
if a man understands that the woman's makeup, sexual makeup, is not same as mine, I need it every 2 days. I need it every day.
The Dish returns on your screens with more laughter, inspiration, and powerful conversations with progressive women than ever before.
They are my brothers, they are my friends. In trying to please people, you begin to lose yourself. You get to a point where you don't even know who you are anymore. And then people start to define.
This season, we're diving deeper into real-life issues in women. Filter and raw. We're addressing challenges faced by women in our society.
Like, how do I want to be in a place where I wake up every day and I have marks, my face is swollen, or something has happened to me some way or the other, and I'm supposed to be covering up and giving an excuse for someone who is doing that to me? It doesn't feel good.
Join us every week as we sit down with incredible women, each with their own stories to share.
If you read my caption,
Rosamond, I brought you here to have an interview, and that's what we're going to do.
Stories that will move you, challenge you, and leave you thinking long after the show.
Owning your sexuality is where individual energy. It's more than the physical. It's the energies that you also come with into this universe.
From the triumphs to the struggle, we're covering it all.
At the point where I realized that my auntie needed some particular help, I said, no, I have to stand up and talk about mental health.
Get ready for conversations, inspiring guests, and a whole lot of heart. This is The Dish, where women lead the conversation. Don't miss out.
The Dish is presented by Epiglow.
that I'm having such a difficult time. You know, for everyone, like we know how to switch moods, right? But I'm struggling with it. But every single time I find myself in these situations, I am trusting God to help me navigate every wisely. Beautiful song coming in from Nsroma. I want to believe that Nsromamusic. I want to believe that you were Bwediwa.
Yeah.
Or Nsroma.
Yes.
Because I know this place from somewhere. But anyway, good morning. Hi.
Good morning. I'm doing great.
You look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. So do you.
Gospel music is some fashion and say there, it's Jesus' beauty for ashes. Now I say we're prioritizing the beauty over the music.
I don't think it's about prioritizing one over the other.
Okay.
I think you have to show up as your best self in every area of your life. And so in the music, in the looks, in the character, in everything, you have to strive to be the best you can be, because that's what God expects of all of us.
Because he's a God of excellence.
Exactly.
Now, and I must say that you speak absolutely beautiful, impeccable English. What was the plan for you? Was it to do gospel music your entire life? Did you look at doing something else, or are you doing something else apart from gospel music?
I'm doing other things. Okay. I believe gifts, whichever abilities, because you're going to give account of all of them.
Absolutely.
I schooled and completed university as a computer engineer. Oh. I did something in IT. Now I'm into product development, project management, and business development as well. Exactly. So I do that. And then music is a calling that has been with me for all my life. And I know that God is expecting me to profit there too. So I do that as well actively.
Wonderful.
And there's some other things I do on the side as well.
I'm sure if we give you the entire day, we'll not be able to get into it, because you definitely look like one of those that is into a lot of things. So congrats to you. But let's move to how this journey of gospel music started for you, considering the fact that I see the gospel connection. No, I don't see it. But if you're blessed with it, like you rightly said, you're blessed with a talent or a gift, you might as well utilize it because God gave it to you. But when did this gospel music journey start for you?
It started at a young age. I mean, I know I love to sing. I knew I loved to sing from a very young age, but I didn't become professional until 2013 when I released the album that we played.
When you were Bwediwa.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
So it's not been an easy journey, but there's something I heard which I adopted. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So it's not been easy, but it's been worth it, because you see how the songs are blessing lives, uplifting people, encouraging, bringing healing and deliverance to lives. And so you realize that whatever things, setbacks you're going through, it's worth it if this is what it's going to be doing at the end of the day. So it's not been easy, but it's been worth it.
Talk about the journey, right? When you kids started, we hear stories like, oh, I used to back this person, and then I was partners with this group. What's the story behind your gospel?
I mean, I used to sing in church. I used to be a Presbyterian, JY, and then... Used to be a Presbyterian. I'm now with GIWC, which is a charismatic church of Christ. So, yes.
I'm trying to see if I've heard it anywhere. Anyway.
Yes. So, singing throughout church, from secondary school, uni, I was in church a lot of times. I was a music director for the choir in church for some years. Exactly. So I didn't have the opportunity to back many people along the line.
Music director is a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah. So you went straight to the top of the tops.
There was a need, and I stepped in to the best of my ability. Yes.
Awesome. And throughout that entire journey, what has been the biggest challenge you faced as a gospel musician in Ghana and as a woman? Because I know, and I like to do this, and my viewers sometimes are a little upset with me because I want to hit and hammer on the fact that you're a woman.
Yes.
And sometimes we want to really let them know that we acknowledge that it's a man's world. And whenever you're coming out with something men are driving at, you must know that. You must acknowledge the owners of the land.
Yeah.
The owners of the space. As a gospel musician and as a woman, we also know there are restrictions and so what are some of the challenges you've had to face as a gospel musician and a woman?
I think the challenges of a gospel musician will be similar for both men and women.
Oh.
You don't have production houses, having a producer who would own the process for you. You have to do everything yourself. And sometimes combining it with the music, the ministry is not easy. You have to build your knowledge base, you have to work on the networking, and then the funds. Yes, that's a big deal for you to land the kind of funds you need to promote the songs. Because you can have very good content, but if you don't push the muscle, the financial muscle behind it, you might not realize what needs to be realized with the work you've done. As a woman, I think it's about support from family, your roles, your various roles. I used to be married, and it can be challenging there. The fact that you have to be a wife and then a career woman in the corporate world, and then a music minister. If you don't have somebody who is very understanding, you wouldn't make it, because if the person thinks that you're supposed to be here, you're supposed to be meeting my needs, why are you all over the place? So that is also another challenge. Which means that if you're coming off as a gospel musician and you're female, you have to look at whether or not you're married and your husband is in charge, is in tune with what you're... Yes, I think it's a thing everybody have to look at when they're choosing a life partner. Somebody said the most important decision you make in life is who you marry. And I don't think it's about gospel music. Yeah, it's really about your personal life. Is the person excited about it? Are they your biggest cheerleader? Do they see the value you see? Because it takes a lot of sacrifice. You are sacrificing, they would have to sacrifice at some point. You might not be able to show up all the time the way they might need you to, because something has got to give. Of course, it doesn't mean you neglect your responsibilities, but then they have to be understanding. If they don't see the use of what you're doing, they wouldn't make the sacrifice. So it's important, yes.
I think this is very valuable advice. Outside what we are here to discuss, you have new projects out.
Yes.
Tell us the story behind this new project. And did you ever take a break in music?
I didn't take an intentional break. Life was happening. And I was giving up.
You were thinking...
yes.
That's what I want to hear. It is this story of giving up that I want to hear.
But now I tell people I've given up on giving up.
Oh, you've given up on giving up?
Yes.
There's no room for giving up.
No, it's no longer an option.
You giving up.
Yeah, it's no longer an option.
What's the story behind
I mean, like I was saying, you started recording in 2013. Where are funds coming from? How is this going to go? It's a lot of stress. Why don't I just sit somewhere and watch my 8 to 5 and have a simple life? But then you know that God has called you to do this, and it's impacting lives. And you are going to give account of it. If only you believe that Jesus is your savior and he's coming for you one day, you are going to give account of everything you do. So what do? I waited on God at that point in my life. And that's when the song Always There was birthed. Because he was assuring me that no matter what I'm going through, when friends are gone, when nobody's there, he's always there. And around that time, that is when he gave me a new name as well. So you happen to know the old name. Yeah. So Nsroma is not my stage name. It's actually my name. It's gazetted. Nsromamusic, that's my name.
Ooh.
So
Bwediwa was also your name?
It was my name. So it's no longer my name.
It's no longer your name?
Yes.
You're taking it out completely?
Yep.
What's the meaning of Bwediwa?
I don't know the meaning, though.
Oh, I will look for it. Don't worry. I'll send you a text about it. But you Nsroma...
Yeah, so when I was waiting on God, what is the way forward? What do we do? I was telling you I had been married before. I had gone through fertility treatments, miscarriages, divorce, and then I was there. And nothing...
Are you trying to indirectly, not directly tell me that there were those issues? It wasn't entirely... okay, let me put it this way, rather. It sounds better this way. I just told myself a certain way, and it sounds better. Was fertility part of the problems that caused your divorce?
Definitely, it will. But then you wouldn't want to go into all the issues. I believe that...
I'll make time for that special conversation.
It was a big part. It was a big part. Yes. So I was, and at that time, so everything was falling apart. That's when I said, what do we do here? Let me just stop this thing and just focus on one thing and mind my business. But God wasn't having it. So, yeah. And so he gave me the new name. And I was wondering why this name, but as time goes on, he reminds me that you are a star. Shine. Shine with the gifts I've given you. Bless lives. Shine in darkness. Bring hope. Yes. So that is what my life is about. And sometimes you don't have to do it because you have it all together. You do it with your limp. Jacob was touched on the thigh. That's when he connected with God. And after that, he had a limp. He wasn't perfect. And there probably are things in your life, oh, you have this problem, you have this, you don't have it all figured out. But you're here talking about, yes, because God is faithful. It's about what he did or he didn't do. It doesn't change it. He is faithful. And it's important to keep looking at Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith, and hold on to his word.
It is my show. I own the show. Nobody's going to control me on the show. The strength you speak with, the motivation, you're moving on regardless. You know, my mom says something. Yesterday she graduated. So I want to say a big congratulations and graduation celebration to my mom, Lady Rosamond Premper. She graduated with LLB in University of London. So, Council, I greet you, Ma. Thank you so much for being such an inspiration. But whilst we're talking, we're both tearing and we're crying and we're like, and I told her that you did this tired, you did this angry, you did this frustrated, you did this not knowing where this could end you, whether you were going to be able to finish it, did it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what you're reiterating this morning, that do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
Do it tired, do it broken, divorced, do it broken.
Oh, yes.
Do it frustrated, do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
Because, I mean, let's go a little bit. Looking at it, you're already frustrated anyway, so why wouldn't you just show up?
Exactly.
So now let's get into the new project. So that's what birthed this news of yours. So there's a story behind it.
Yes, so this one was actually written for me by Akese Brimpong. At that time, this was like 5 years ago when I had the name change. I changed my name in 2020.
Okay.
And I mean, I've known him for a long time. So we're talking about the events of my life, everything. I said, write a song for me. And then he called me and said, this is a song I got, and I think it is your song. And yes, I took it in, but as the years go by, it makes more meaning. Mountains high, valleys low, you've brought me through it all. At that time, I was standing in there, I hadn't come through it. Yes. Exactly. But you are singing, you brought me through it all. Because you have to name those things that are not as though they were. You cannot dispel darkness with darkness. You speak life, you speak light, and then you see what the Lord will do. At that time, I heard a voice tell me, your ministry is over. Yes. That was in 2020. I was sitting with songs I had recorded, I hadn't released, and yes, but then there was another praise song God gave me, and I'll keep singing it and singing. I haven't seen anything, but then I've seen what God has done from 2020 till now, the things he's done, the things he hadn't done in my life all those years, I've seen him come through. And so, yes, it works.
It works. It works. She spoke positively and spoke her future into being. How do we get this song? So for someone who's working out there, who's looking for that motivation to keep moving forward, how do we get this song? And for you yourself, as a brand, how do we connect with you? Someone is listening to you right now and they're like, you know what, I need this lady to come and sing in my church. How do we connect with you so that...
you can reach me on all social media platforms, Nsromamusic.
Okay.
Nsroma Music, Nsromamusic everywhere. You can get the song on every digital store online. Every digital store is on YouTube, it's on Apple Music, Boomplay, Audiomack, everywhere. Spotify, yes. And then if you want to make the song your caller tune on MTN, 1355*901#.
Okay.
So Banner of Love is the song we're talking about.
Yes.
If you want to make it your caller tune, *1355*901#.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
Yes.
So Nsromamusic is out with Banner of Love.
Banner of Love.
Banner of Love is on all music digital platforms. Just grab that song, because I was just listening to, that was the one You're in Pink, right?
That was always there.
That was always there, because I was always there. I was like, ah. So Banner of Love is a new one. We're going to be leaving you in the hands of Banner of Love very soon. But I want us to also stream all the other songs, because they're very powerful
Music on YouTube.
Nsromamusic on YouTube. YouTube is easy. You can go there.
Yeah.
Once you follow, go on the platform, download, stream, and then let's support this wonderful journey of her. Thank you so much for sharing yourself with us. It was a very brief interview, but you know that it was intense. I know you felt it, I felt it, and I know you out there also felt it. Nsromamusic is out with new projects. We're going to be leaving you in the capable hands of Nsromamusic, but the show. My name is Udwak Mensah. See you again tomorrow. Make sure to connect us on all social media platforms. It's MXN4GH on all social media platforms. Have a good day.